Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. I'm at Classic Game Fest 2025. We're gonna check out their arcade. They have some pinballs and some arcades I didn't expect to see here today. Some of my favorite machines of all time and some kind of hard to find ones. So yeah, Classic Game Fest 2025 in Austin, Texas, the biggest retro gaming con in Texas. So let's check out the arcade and see what they brought. And Classic Game Fest is sponsored by Game Plan Entertainment. And I know there's some machines from pinballs here as well. You've got Battletoads. You guys know that is a absolute controller breaker on the NES. Cool to see the arcade here. And you got some Galaga. Of course, you've got Galaga. The Punisher. Check it out. Guys, I remember reading the Punisher comics back in the 90s and enjoying those. Indiana Jones from Stern, as well as Led Zeppelin. And I thought it was interesting that they did a machine based on Led Zeppelin 3. Not necessarily their most popular album, but I love the art and it's a great machine and I love that album. Donkey Kong and Miss Pac-Man, kind of a given at this point. You gotta have those in an arcade. Tekken 2 was nice to see. You got Guitar Freaks. And around the corner, you've got Miss Pac-Man Galaga Class of 81 machine, and of course, Pac-Man. And this is a neat little combo arcade cab here with some of the greatest trackball games ever. And a little multi-cab there, looks like. Nice. Don't see this Batman machine every day. It's been a long time since I played this one. For whatever reason, it's just not at the venues I go to play pinball, so I'll have to check it out and play it some later. And of course, some Mortal Kombat. You've got to have multiplayer games at a gaming con because you're playing with your friends, you're meeting up with friends, you're having a good time. Yeah, so some two-player Mortal Kombat is essential. And speaking of multiplayer, The Simpsons Beat 'em Up, one of those great Konami beat 'em ups of that era that also included the Turtles and X-Men. Fantastic four-player game, and it looks like we've got another multicade here from Dig Dug Machine and NBA Jam featuring the voice of my good buddy Tim Kitzrow. Great basketball game. Another multicade here. It's good to have multicades at conventions because you've only got a limited number of space, a limited number of machines, so it's cool to have a variety. Super Pac-Man. Maybe my favorite game in the Pac-Man series. Absolutely love it. The haters can suck it. Nice to see a little ice ball here, a little skee ball action. And guys, I love me some Captain America and the Avengers. And I played the heck out of this in the arcades. Definitely a quarter muncher. So I was really glad when I got my Genesis copy because it is so much fun. Now, when I would play Captain America, I almost always pick Iron Man. Love me some Iron Man, and I play as Captain America a lot as well. Just a fantastic game. Go, Iron Man, go. And it looks like we've got a Defender marquee there, but the game looks like Fairyland Story. At least it was playing. Looks like we got another multicade here. Big Buck Safari. If you've never given that a shot, it's a fun light gun shooter. And another Miss Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat 4. Excellent. I love the Spider-Man game here. This is just a fantastic game. Not only is it a lot of fun, I used to play this back at Nickel Mania near my house back in the day, back in the 90s. But I love the marquee. That's one of the coolest marquees because I love the classic Spider-Man art. Kind of has that John Buscema art look. Another Miss Pac-Man, some Marvel vs. Capcom 2, great fighting game here. Oh wow, Missile Command. Notice how big the trackball is for Missile Command. I remember my buddy Jeff Cooper just played the heck out of this game and he was so good at it. When he would play, he was basically like a symphony conductor. He was so good at it. Just, zipping back and forth, and he could get really far in the game. Another great light gun shooter here, and some burger time. Looks like we've got another multicade. Another Mortal Kombat 4, courtesy of Pinballs. And the Turtles Beat 'em Up I mentioned earlier. Nice to see that they have that here. And Asteroids, and I've told you guys the story. This was the game I mastered back in the day, and I could play forever on one quarter. And at Quickway near my junior high school, I played Asteroids for 4.5 hours on 1/4, because you can build up ships all the way across the top, rows of ships, because you get a new one at every 1,000 points. And I would just keep, winning ships, and I could just play this thing forever. X-Men beat 'em up. Little Street Fighter 3 action. And the real Ghostbusters. Here's one you don't see every day at a gaming convention such as this. And Galaga. A Multi-Williams arcade. Kind of reminds me of the old collections on consoles. I had that one for the Super Nintendo. And then Smash TV. Another great multiplayer. Yeah, really important to have these multiplayer cabs at these gaming cons. So let's check out what other machines they have. Got some NASCAR action. That's a fun one with the ramps and everything. And here's one you don't see every day. Dr. Dude and his Excellent Ray. Great comic strip there you can read while your friend's playing the game, I guess, while you're waiting your turn. That is hilarious. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I've told you guys the story of this when I owned my comic book store back in the day. My business partner, my brother-in-law, offered to buy out my share of the comic shop. And I had to think about that one for a while. So I went to putt-putt golfing games and just played for about an hour of some T2 just while I thought about it. And ultimately, I ended up selling my share, and, it worked out. And Playboy, Hugh Hefner, the Playboy founder, was a huge pinball fan, and he definitely had a lot of input into the making of this game and the design and everything. And hey, over here in the arcade, you can actually get some cocktails, and they've got some gamer-themed drinks. Pretty cool. I loved horror-themed pinball machines. If you saw my video of SideQuest Arcade in Garland, I was playing Rob Zombie and some other horror-themed games. Love that they have Nightmare on Elm Street here. And you got another Batman game here. Roller Coaster Tycoon, that was a popular machine back in the day. Never my favorite, but pretty solid. Arcade Legends, Golden T4 Complete. Another multicade here. And here's a pinball that you video game fans will love, Street Fighter 2. Not only is it a great IP, it's actually a really fun machine. Had some good times playing this one, and I've actually played this one at Pinballs. Mousing around, another machine you don't see every day. Got some ramp action there. And Monopoly, another machine. This one I'm not a huge fan of, but I do see it very often. Anyway, great to have a nice variety of pinballs and arcades. Well, there you have it, the arcade at Classic Game Fest 2025. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite machine that you saw in this video, your favorite pinball and your favorite arcade. My favorite arcade of all these just might be Super Pac-Man. Yeah, I do love it that much. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I've got to get to my booth over there and set up, and it's Saturday, so it's going to be a rocking day, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for liking, and thank you for subscribing. Be sure and let me know if you're at Classic Game Fest this year or if you've been in the past. Thanks a lot.